If you've ever passed a semi-truck on a motorcycle, you know it can feel a little, intense. There's a lot of size, a lot of air movement, and not a lot of room for mistakes. But passing a truck doesn't have to be intimidating. If you plan ahead and use good technique, it can be smooth, controlled maneuver that causes very little stress. Today we're going to break it down into 5 simple tips that help you pass trucks with more confidence and keep you out of trouble when you do it. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, plan your pass early. When you're passing a semi on a motorcycle, the most important work happens before you ever get out of your lane. A smooth pass starts with a solid plan. So take a moment to read the road ahead. Trucks are long. It's going to take you a little more time and distance to get around one than it would a regular car. Look well up the road. So is the lane clear far enough ahead for you to see, for you to complete the pass comfortably? Are there hills or curves that could be hiding oncoming traffic? Backing off a bit to get a wider view is key here. Riding right on the back end of the trailer is like starting at a wall. You can't see what's coming. By opening up your following distance, you give yourself this time and space to judge the situation and pick the right moment to make the pass. If the picture up ahead isn't clear, don't go. So wait for the right stretch, line it up, and make your move when you know you've got the road and time to do it safely. Tip number 2, make sure you have a good following distance before you pass. So like we talked about a little bit before, hanging out right on the bumper of the trailer ahead of you might seem like it sets you up for a quicker pass, but it actually puts you at a disadvantage. For one, you can't see the road ahead, and you're sitting in one of the worst places, the truck's blind spot. So before you move out, open up that gap. A solid 2 or 3 seconds of following distance gives you time to react if the truck slows down, and it gives you a better angle to see down the road. It also lets you build up speed smoothly when it's time to pass, rather than having to roll on the throttle all at once right from the bumper of the truck. So think of it as you're setting up your run. You're creating space to see, to accelerate, and to pass on your terms, not the terms that the conditions supply to you. Tip number 3, there will be wind buffeting, but it's not a huge deal. If you've never passed a semi before, the wind can catch you off guard, the first time especially. Trucks punch a big hole through the air, and that air doesn't just disappear. It swirls around and it pushes around the trailer. So as you get alongside, you might feel a little bit of tug pulling you towards the trailer, and then you'll hit some choppy air in the middle, and as you clear the cab, you're going to feel a little bit of a push away from the truck. The key is to stay relaxed, so keep a firm but not a death grip on the bars. Let the bike move a little bit within the road and underneath you instead of fighting every wiggle that the bike is trying to make. A little bit of counter steer, so if the truck's pushing you too far to the left, a little bit of counter steer on the handlebar helps straighten the motorcycle up and keep you on your path. But once you know all of this is coming, it really is no big deal. Just hold your line and ride through it smoothly. Tip number 4, avoid passing on downgrades. This one catches a lot of riders by surprise, but trucks can pick up a whole lot of speed on the downhill, especially when they're loaded. So what looked like a reasonable passing distance on level ground can shrink quickly when that semi begins rolling downhill and picking up speed. So passing on a downgrade means you're not only trying to overtake the vehicle that is probably accelerating while you're fighting gravity, wind, and maybe a little bit of buffeting. That's not a great combination. So whenever possible, wait for level ground and make your pass when you've got more time and more predictable speed differential between you and the truck. And you won't end up stuck next to a fast-moving trailer halfway down the hill. Tip number 5, make your pass smooth, quick, and decisive. So once you've planned it, set it up, and check the road ahead of you, it's time to commit. A good pass is smooth, quick, and decisive, not rushed, and definitely not hesitant. Downshift if you need to get into the power band of your motorcycle, and when you're ready, accelerate cleanly and confidently. The goal is to minimize the time that you spend beside the truck. That keeps you out of the blind spots of the truck, out of the worst turbulence of the truck, and it makes the whole maneuver more controlled. So don't linger next to the trailer and don't ease back into your lane too soon. Wait until you can see both headlights of the truck in your mirror before you merge back in. That tells you that you've got enough space for the driver to see you and to react if necessary, and it keeps you out of that blind spot right in front of the truck. You know, this is one of those moves where preparation and confidence makes all the difference. Passing a semi on a motorcycle is one of those situations where a little knowledge goes a long way. If you plan your pass, give yourself space, expect a little wind, and make your move decisively, it becomes a clean, predictable part of your ride, not a heart stopper when you go to pass an 18-wheeler. Remember, the key's not rushing and not guessing. Read the road, trust your setup, and make sure it's smooth. If you found this video helpful, consider becoming a member of MCrider at mcrider.com/member, and check out my books on road skills and road strategy that you can buy directly from me or order on Amazon. So the Amazon books look like this with the colored cover on it. The books that you buy directly from me are spiral bound and they look more like this, but you can get either directly from me or on Amazon. Just look at the links below for the details. Till next week, guys, this is Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road. If you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a member of MCrider. You get access to the forums and the field guide and a whole lot more. All the details can be found at mcrider.com/member.